finally received my first batch of Kobe rookie cards from PSA, 31 of them to be precise. I'm disappointed. Not by the results, but the timing of when this submission came back. I'll explain why. What's up YouTube, Card Boss here. We talk about everything cards, money, investing. Alright, let's go. So, I'm not going through the usual PSA card by card review. It just takes a lot of time. I want to hit straight to the point with this video. A quick recap would be, there are 3 submissions here, all sent via group submission using a 20-day service. Normally, 20-day service would equate to either economy or regular on PSA, and I sent this around mid-September 2020 and had just received them in the mail yesterday. So door to door, it took roughly 9 months. 9 months on a 20-day service. You're probably thinking that's how backlogged PSA is. True, but I'll discuss on how painful this delay was. Anyway, I sent in 42 cards in total, 31 of them Kobe Bryant rookies, which we will talk about more in this video, 4 Topps Chrome Chris Paul, a select SGA, a random LeBron, and the rest were optic black velocities, which are in my PC. Out of 42 cards, there were only 6 gem min 10s, a gem rate of only 14%, but 28 PSA 9s, which is 2/3 of the entire submission. So which means that 81% of the submission did PSA 9 or better, which what I would rate as just above average. I will give you guys some context first on the Kobe's before diving into numbers in the later part of this video. So back around early July 2020, I started investing heavily into Kobe Raw rookie cards across all sets with the exception of Topps Chrome. Given the cards was almost 25 years old, I would expect a large number to be in a rough shape, sort of like not gem mint condition. I did what I could with whatever available information from eBay and bought the best looking copies online. I previewed my exercise specifically on the 52 Collector's Choice rookie cards, so if you missed that video, do check it out in the link below. In totality, in a short span of 3 months between July to September last year, I bought 230 raw Kobe rookies and sold 111 of them subsequently raw, as the condition, in my opinion, wouldn't get a minimum of a PSA 9. Everything else went to PSA. The gross acquisition value on that 230 Kobe's were $10,220, for which subsequent sales proceeds was $4,600, including the earlier mentioned Collector's Choice, which I kept until 2021 and sold this year. That left me with a cost base of roughly $5,600 for 119 cards. I used a group submitter for all my Kobe's with an average grading fee of $25, so realistically, I'm looking at a total cost base of around $8,600 for 119 cards, and that's averaging about $72 per card. So if I sold every card that came back, and if they came back a PSA 9, I would roughly yield about $100 based on today's price, and that would be profiting $28 per card, or a 38% gain from my cost. So batch 1 of cards has came back from PSA with roughly a quarter of my entire submission, and here's the results. The first thing you probably notice is the 6% gem rate and the 74% PSA 9 rate. Was this all expected? I guess there is some truth on what people are saying on how tough PSA is, but in reality, I believe their quality control has always been fair and consistent. Given the age of the cards, it's hard to really qualify a card as gem mint, even if the card hasn't exchanged hands more than once, but a large percentage of cards in the era probably has, and we haven't factored in storage conditions. Hence, for me, it's a fair and satisfactory result, but I'll come to the numbers. I spent a little more than $1,900 on the 31 cards, and based on today's prices, we're looking at a net expected value of $5,750. Not bad of a haul, but I'm saying here in July 2021, roughly 2 months removed from the Hall of Fame in May, and several months from the price boom that we had early this year. When I started out the journey from July to September last year, I sent all my Kobe's using a 20-day service instead of the cheaper value of bulk submission. There was some element of risk, as you can tell from my table, that the grading costs alone were very close to the original cost of the cards, but I knew I had a runway of roughly 6 months to get to March or April the following year and get my cards back and sell into roughly the tail end of the Hall of Fame hype. By February, when the prices went crazy and no movements in my submission, I was getting a little anxious. Prices were skyrocketing and I knew it wouldn't sustain, but I was hoping to at least squeak some of it before it all came crashing down. Still no news in April 2021, and I already felt the window had closed. Looking at this chart for the Fleer Metal PSA 9, you can see prices were still holding steady around $500 in April, just before the Hall of Fame. It's now $200. So the delay from PSA by roughly 2 months cost me 60% of my EV, which would have been insane to net around $12,000 to $14,000 on the back of a cost base of just $1,900. And when you look at today's prices, it dialed back all the way to August 2020 levels. Will Kobe rookies go back to his peaks we saw in 2021? In my opinion, maybe, eventually. But it's a very slow and steady climb from here on, something I might not be able to sit and wait around for. So we all knew PSA was backed up, but it goes to show that even with some elaborate planning and budgeting of what I thought was sufficient runway time to capture the market, a profit plan can be overturned by factors beyond your control. It's frustrating for sure. I'm glad I'm still making money on these as compared to some of you, which might have second year base cards coming back a year plus later that has lost more than 80% of its value compared to 1 year ago. The grading game can be rewarding, but if it doesn't go your way, it can really suck the patience and the life out of you. So if you guys like this video and found it very useful, do like and subscribe for more content in the future. I will be putting up similar videos, so do watch out for that. Thanks and have a great day.